I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good afternoon, Matt Belair. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful afternoon?
Doing pretty well, man. Just recuperating after doing Egypt with Nassim Haramein and the Resonance Science Foundation. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind and catch-up week.
Wow. Now, what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Cambridge, which is near Toronto in Canada.
Wow. No, I was listening to your podcast, right? And I heard you. You said it like, I'm still recovering from Egypt. But was it great?
It was incredible, man. I was in Egypt, seeing the pyramids firsthand with some of the smartest people on the planet, astrophysicists, physicists, engineers, mathematicians, geologists, getting the real scoop. Some of the best guides in Egypt, that have been doing it for years.
Wow.
Just truly, truly special.
Wow. All right, well, let's open up this package. First up, tell me about your podcast and what you do there, please.
Yeah, sure, man. Well, the podcast started, I was always having these really in-depth conversations with my friends, but only a few friends, not all of them. And I would do a lot of traveling and have really powerful and potent experiences that I'd be relating to my friends. And I was like, I may as well just start recording these. And so when I did, I started to record them, and then I just set the intention to interview the most conscious, awakened, high vibrational, embodied people of service to humanity, and just hold that intention. And as I traveled and met people and, the people that I was aware of as well, just invite them for a conversation so they'd have an opportunity to share their wisdom and what they were working on.
Now tell us the name of the podcast, the best place to connect with it, and the best place to follow you.
Sure. Yeah. It's the Matt Belair podcast, Mastermind, Body, and Spirit. So if you search that, you're going to find it. And mattbelair.com, you're going to find all my stuff. You also have spectrums.me/528.
Awesome.
That's a good hub for all my work.
Yeah, love it. Now, I would like to know the artwork on your LinkedIn profile page. Who did that for you? This is your picture. The picture with you wearing what looks like a turban, a blue turban.
Oh, yeah. Well, I did that myself. I had a photo taken of me, and my Photoshop is limited, but I always see my friends do these kind of like galactic, super cool photos, and it's like, I want that. And I just did a layer over top and was able to do it myself with my limited Photoshop abilities, but kind of give that, galactic feel, because a lot of the times on my podcast and what I'll talk about is, how we need to unite as a humanity, Team Earth. And, I am of the 100% firm belief that there are galactic beings, interdimensional beings, that a lot of us can't perceive. And I know people who definitely can. And I've had some interesting direct experiences. And once we open up to this mindset of, let's say, a bigger, broader perspective, we can start uniting as a species. And I think that's really, really important that, imagine an Earth where we all work together, Team Canada with Team USA, with Team Russia, with Team Korea, with Team China, that we would be such a beautiful, powerful intergalactic force. Star Trek is only 20 years away if we work together, or destruction is any day if we keep pretending that we're not the same, pretending that we're different, and allowing these people, which we, unconsciously allow to run our world into the ground. And so, I just like to see the thought of just a bigger picture, even if it is just a thought.
Love it. And I mean, you being here speaks to that, right? You're here, right? Because of it's Team Earth, right? Having this conversation. Love it. Who did you learn the skills? Oh, there's so many skills. You choose one. I'll let you choose one.
It was we could say that the skills that I've learned were wanting to know what I was capable of, wanting to know what humans were capable of, and wanting to just see how far I could push my own reality, my own consciousness, my own exploration of what it is to be human, what it is to experience life. And so with that came the skills in, meditation, martial arts, lucid dreaming, astral projection, marketing, all that just is a byproduct of that one initial driving force that I still have.
Is there someone in your family that had this type of driving force? Probably not for the same area of life, but just had that drive.
Nope, definitely the the only one in my family and social circles too. I didn't realize I was weird until I was like 22. When everyone was going to university and I was figuring out how the world was run, right? And I was like, you guys like, wait, hold on, and be like conspiracy theory road, which was like, hey, did you know the corporations like run everything? Like, but it took me a while to figure that out. I was like, hey, did you know they're poisoning our food and like there's fluoride in the water, which is affects your pineal gland. I was like, oh, maybe that's why I'm having trouble with my meditation as a teen, because I'm unlearning everything that I was taught. So yeah, definitely wasn't common apparently.
Yeah, that's fascinating. So you're that guy, as you said, you noticed that you were weird when you were 22, which means you stick out, right? Why will you continue to repeat the skills even though it's what it is?
I don't think I had another choice, man. It's so much who I am. The closest thing that I have ever felt to giving up is going recluse in a place where I'll just meditate like a monk on a mountain. That would be my give up. But and I've done that for months at a time, not in the sense of giving up, but in the sense of self-exploration. But I know that I'm supposed to be in the world and around it, even though now for me it's just so simple and so clear and so obvious. But apparently it's not clear to think about being loving and kind to others, to think that you can create a life that you love, to let go of everything that we're conditioned to really value. And that's the big problem, right? That conditioning, because for us to have a life and a house and 2 kids and all that kind of stuff, we almost have to accept the slavery of a job, which it is. It's just 40 hours a week. If you're not doing what you are, it's slavery. It's just what it is. But so, a lot of the time when I'm working, it's finding that balance. If we can find money, to support our friends or kids and all that kind of stuff, and then also do what we want, right? So we start to bridge that gap. And then once that gap is bridged, then we can now move more into what we love, what inspires us. Because when you die, you're not going to wish you had more money in the bank, or you worked harder. You want to just kind of get those needs met, but really get clear on what fulfills you in this life.
Matt, I'm intrigued to know one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Always some sort of sport or physical activity, and always some sort of meditation. That's the 2 big parts. So basically staying active. I stay physically active in a sport that I enjoy, and I stay mentally active in, so I've done meditation. It was an hour a day for 8 months, which is probably the longest stretch of the longest time. And then, then I moved into different types of breath practices. So I just like exploring. Then, another section was lucid dreaming and learning how to navigate the dream realm. So some form of conscious exploration and physical exploration.
How does it make you feel?
Makes me feel good, man. Sometimes dumb, because you're learning at the beginning. It's a process, right? It's learning the process. But the physical exploration is just your body's the temple, right? So I make sure that I take care of that. It's very important. And then the mental is always expanding. I'm always learning and growing. So it keeps me curious, and definitely knowing that there's so much more to learn and know. You could only ever know a fraction of it. So just moving gently towards things that inspire you to expand your own way of being, your own conscious exploration.
Suggest to someone that's listening why they should even consider pushing back on what is considered, quote unquote, the norm.
Well, what I found is you gotta want to wake up to wake up. What I would just consider is how do you want to feel, and when you start to question your beliefs and your reality and everything that's been fed to you, maybe if you can look and start to question certain things, you can experience more freedom and more love in your life. So, just just that, what do you want, and I find that when I do a lot of coaching and working with people, it's just there's a story that they're telling themselves, and when we get down to it, a lot of it's not true. You know what I mean? And so they create this compromise in their mind that they're not even aware of these agreements that were made for them from someone else. So if it comes from you and your own value system, fantastic. So that just exploration and I question all the time. That's like a process. I'm consistently questioning, just so and then does the information and what I'm doing and what I believe allow me more love, more freedom? Does it make me feel better? Can I serve to a higher degree? And so yeah.
Amazing audience. We are live with Matt Belair. Do check him out, the Matt Belair podcast. Matt, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Matt, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Well, it's a I think it's the first traumatic one. I spilt I think I was messing around doing something and I broke a plant in my house and spilt dirt everywhere, and Mom shouted at me. that's the earliest one. Pretty small.
Wow, yeah. How old do you think you were?
Oh man, I don't know, like 3 or 4. I think I was like testing how I could move things, right? How my little body if it could actually move it. Yeah. So I think like I succeeded and was like, oh crap.
spill mama alert. So why do you think this memory is so clear?
I don't know, man. I think because my mom scared the crap out of me. I started to learn boundaries. You got to start to learn what if I can do that thing, then it can't just go around breaking stuff. So learning boundaries, which is something that I do not like, is boundaries. So maybe that's why I always wanting to test any kind of boundary, self-imposed or otherwise.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
For sure.
I love the fact that in the midst of you being in your purest form, that there can be danger as to what you can destroy because of how powerful you are. And having that guiding factor, having that person who is able to help you along the path is so important. And it's just because it's the plant you broke. Not so much the pot, but the plant.
I love that, man. Thank you. It's beautiful.
Welcome. You're welcome. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Oh, man. I wasn't too much into music when I was a kid. My brother had... I think at that time, I was like 12, would probably be some like Ace of Base, man. Like I Saw the Sign or something like that.
It's amazing how it connects though, right? You definitely did see the sign, right?
Yeah, I saw something.
Well, Matt, we have arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to go pretty quickly here. Matt, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Well, trying through the book, so that could be anybody. So
what's the name of the book?
Zen Athlete.
Well, there we go. Are you married?
No.
Do you have children?
No.
Do you believe in God?
Yes, but not in the way most people do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
More documentaries, but not TV.
What about screen time, the phone and the computer? More than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
I've been consciously thinking of that because my work, right, with the podcast and stuff, it's computer staring and internet, and I don't want to do it. I want to be out in nature. But I would say, 6-8 hours a day as of recent.
After having 1,001 conversations in 3 months in 2016, I came up with a workbook, and the name of it is yours, and it stands for your own unique real self. Connected to that is your own unique real statement, your mission, if you would. If you had to share with us, Matt, your own unique real statement, something that represents who you are, what would that be?
My mission and who I am is to bring more love and kindness and consciousness and expansion to all beings on the world to the best of my ability.
Love it. Matt Belair, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Yeah, just love yourself, be kind to others, that's about it. And do your best. It's just a ride, you can do it. You're more powerful than you possibly can imagine. So explore, your reality, live actual life, explore it and just be kind to others, because it's the most important thing, and yourself. So that rant there.
Love it. You're great. You're good. You're good. Matt Belair, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.